So, you have a Flash movie for me?
Yes, sir, I do. And I'm thinking maybe we tap into some multiverse territory on this one.
Oh, that's supposed to be a big trend coming up, so if all goes well with this, we'll be one of the first movies.
You know it, sir. This idea is still
Originally.
fresh because it's roughly 2014 as we're having this conversation.
That is roughly the current year, so we'll be putting this out before the market gets oversaturated, assuming there are no production delays or anything horrible happens.
Hey, don't jinx it.
I didn't jinx it, I was just saying, well, hopefully nothing goes...
Oh, God.
Was that a jinx? Did I just curse this production? It could have been some unrelated supernatural
A
thing.
jinx.
I gotta say, that felt pretty cursy. Yeah, it felt a little cursy, but maybe we'll be okay.
Well, fingers crossed. So anyway, what happens in this bad boy?
Well, we're gonna start the movie by trying to,
all went bad.
reestablish Barry as a heroic figure.
Is that gonna be hard to do? Actually, it's gonna be super easy. Barely an inconvenience.
Oh, really? Yeah, see, I figure we just have him shove a little baby in a microwave. What? He doesn't leave it in there for long. When the bell dings, he takes it out. The bell dings, so the microwave was on? It was falling from a building.
What is going on?
A bunch of babies are falling from a building. Flash saves them all, eats a burrito, puts one of them in a microwave. All right, let's move past that. I don't understand.
Well, okay then.
Well, we're also going to show that Barry has this thing on his suit that tracks calories, tells him when he's running out of energy. So he kind of loses his powers if he doesn't eat.
Exactly. I bet that's going to come into play in a big way later.
Now that I think of it, not much, maybe a gag or two.
Oh, tracking calories for a while, but then just kind of neglecting to do it is tight.
You okay? I'm trying to drop a bit of weight, but they keep coming out with new Oreo flavors. Oh my God.
Those bastards.
Anyway, so Flash is going to help save the day, and we're going to see Batman, and Wonder Woman's going to pop out for a second, too.
Oh, I like that. I think it'd be great if she started doing that constantly eventually.
Just popping out for a single scene, smiling and leaving. Yeah, I could see that being a career trajectory for her for sure.
So what else happens?
Well, Barry's dad's going to be falsely imprisoned for killing Barry's mom, right?
Uh-oh.
And so Barry realizes he can use the Speed Force to go back in time, so he goes and stops her from ever dying.
Very cool.
But then he actually gets knocked out of the Speed Force by another speedster, and then he meets a younger, more annoying version of himself.
More annoying? Oh my God.
Yeah, and so Barry realizes this is actually the day that he got his powers, so he brings himself to get the powers, but then loses his own.
Okay.
And then they see the General Zod is attacking.
A very coincidentally eventful day.
It sure was, sir. So Barry wants to get the Justice League together, but they don't exist in this timeline.
Why not?
Because this is an alternate timeline where we only paid those actors to be in the beginning of the movie.
Oh, okay.
But it turns out this timeline does have an older Batman. He's the one played by Michael Keaton.
He's from the Michael Keaton Batman movies.
He sure is, sir. The multiverse can be an excuse to bring back classic actors as a box office draw.
Very smart. Although, hey, do you think the concept of multiverses might kind of diminish the stakes since there are infinite versions of every character?
No.
Me neither. Okay, let's go all in.
Great, so they're going to ask Batman to help, but he's going to say no.
What?
For 2.5 minutes, then he says, yes, we got to manufacture a bit of tension here.
Gotcha.
So now they realize they need to find Superman to help defeat Zod, but when they get to where they think he is, it turns out to be Supergirl.
That's right. Oh, that's a different character. Still super, though.
And so they're going to ask Supergirl to help, but she's going to say no.
What?
For 2.5 minutes, then she's going to say yes.
Right, good tension building.
Yeah, she goes to check out Zod, who, as it turns out, is looking for her in this universe, not Superman.
Oh, okay.
And so she's like, oh, and she flies back to the good guys and helps our Barry get his powers back.
Zod doesn't follow her? You said she's the one he's looking for.
No, he doesn't, because it's not time for the final fight yet.
That makes sense.
So then it is time for the final fight, so they head over there, but Batman and Supergirl keep dying.
Oh, dang it.
So the Flashes keep going back in time to try to save them, but no matter what they do, Batman and Supergirl die.
Wow.
So younger Flash kind of goes nuts and keeps trying, and the multiverse starts to collapse onto itself.
Oh.
And maybe this is too expensive and complicated, but I thought this could be a chance to showcase some alternate superheroes, like George Reeve, Christopher Reeve, Nicolas Cage, Adam West, Helen Slater.
Of course that's doable. That's gonna be awesome. Oh, amazing.
Yeah. We'll just say the CGI looks bad on purpose. So then what happens? Well, so then we find out that the speedster that had knocked Barry out of the Speed Force earlier in the movie was actually a future version of past Barry who's still trying to save Supergirl and Batman.
Oh.
Yeah, but now present Barry has realized he needs to go let his mom die. He can't change things.
Very sad. Yep.
So then future past Barry's trying to kill the Barrys, so past Barry sacrifices himself to save main Barry and defeat
He's confusing
future
himself.
past Barry. Right. And so, main Barry goes back and lets his mom die.
Wow, well, very powerful lesson he learned.
Yeah. Well, he interferes a little to get his dad off
That's
the
right.
hook. So now Batman is George Clooney. Oh, so he did not learn. Yeah, a little bit, maybe not that much.
So
Well,
he
okay
didn't.
then.
No.
So what do you think?
Good. I mean, this should be a massive hit. You know, unless one of the main cast goes on a violent crime spree or something crazy like that. Why would you say that? It's just a hypothetical. There's no harm in saying hypothetical. Are you trying to get this movie cursed? Oh, crap, curses. Oh, maybe the universe didn't hear me say that. Maybe let's just stop talking now.
Seems fine.
I mean, I think we're okay.
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 Oh, that's a curse. That's a curse.
So look. We talked about this a little bit. Well, not the baby part. That was the first scene. Well, a little bit, I guess. That was the first scene in the movie, or first action scene in the movie. And it felt a little bit odd. It did feel a little bit weird. Moments of it were funny, though. People in my theater were cracking up laughing at that whole sequence. It was fine. But there was aspects of it that felt a little disjointed. And it was just, again, the Joss Whedon tone, Justice League tone with this other kind of DCEU tone that was trying to be funny and also serious at the same time. Didn't mix in certain aspects of those first few scenes in the beginning. Most people just saw the baby being put in the microwave and like took that and just took that clip of him putting it back in the microwave. And people were thinking, he put a baby in the microwave. What is this Flash movie? That's not how it happened. He did put a baby in the microwave to save it. And then he took it out and gave it to the nurse. Aspects of the movie were fine. I enjoyed it. It's a fun movie. I'm ready to watch it again. I'll probably wait for streaming. I don't think I'll see it in theaters again. But I'll wait for streaming on HBO Max and check it out again, maybe a few times. It's fun. Is it all the way good? No, there's a lot of issues with it, but it's a fun movie. It is a fun movie, but it also doesn't really matter much. So there's aspects of that which is like, why do they still do this movie? Really? That's kind of how I look at it. Overall, fun movie. Ryan George kills it here, though. A lot of funny moments from this. Like, obviously, he knows what to talk about from this movie, and there's a lot of things you can do. But now that I'm thinking about it, too, there's a lot of jokes in the movie about Back to the Future, and really how this movie is Back to the Future in superhero form. He goes back, he doesn't have his powers, similar to how there was no plutonium. Was it plutonium that powered the car to go back in time or to go back to the future? He doesn't have his powers to go back to the future. It's very similar in a lot of cases, but their whole thing on it more is about Eric Stoltz being in it instead of Michael J. Fox. That's the joke. But the movie itself really is Back to the Future, The Flash. So it's kind of how that goes. Let me know your thoughts on this pitch meeting from Ryan George. Funny as always. I love it. Hopefully Honest Trailers has a good one when they come out too. I'll do a versus once it comes out at that point. But overall, thanks for watching. Check out the other videos I got for you guys here, and I'll see you as always on the next video. Take care.